CS, Jets.
Woo! Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. We were watching the other big, mean green machines that we like to watch pummel their opponents into the ground. We have a life outside of Marvel, you know. But anyway, objection! And welcome back, everyone, to our Marvel Plus live reaction of She-Hulk, titled...
Legally Green.
And green indeed we are. I know a lot of you all out there probably don't watch football, but our team won! Yay!
This week.
Yeah, this week anyway.
We'll see. We'll see what happens afterward.
Just letting you all know, we bleed green even before this show. Forever and always. Hulk smash. But yeah, today we're watching the other big, green, mean fighting machine today. She-Hulk now has 2 episodes left. And last episode was actually a nice one, where we got some introspection on Jen. We know she hasn't had the best luck with her love life, and this episode really addresses the root problem of why, and shows that for as confident as she portrays herself, she really does have a lot of insecurities, and She-Hulk in a way has been a way to cope with them, sort of. But that she has to learn to really love herself in order for everyone else to properly love her as well, outside of the She-Hulk persona. So, yeah, it was a nice one. Unfortunately, it kind of got ruined a bit by the fact that everyone's prediction about Josh came true. We knew he was secretly trying to manipulate her, get her bloods, and on top of that, stole her info and took pictures of her while she's sleeping. Theoretically, all for that site full of the She-Hulk haters that want her dead. We know all this is going to lead into something. We know there's still that big baddie that's yet to reveal themselves. Chances are we're finally going to see them in this one. And we're probably also going to see Daredevil as well. I saw a few leaks, so I do believe he officially shows up in this episode. You know, unless I'm wrong and someone just trolled me or whatever. But I'm fairly certain because, you know, we're approaching the end at this point. Chances are it's going to be a cliffhanger, given we know there's going to be a season 2. So it'll be interesting to see what this is all officially leading up to. And we'll find out in today's episode titled...
Ribbit and Ribbit.
Another very bizarre titled episode.
So Ribbit, Libbit, and Amphibia?
Wrong show.
No.
But yeah, let's hop to it, shall we, and see what happens in the second to last final episode of She-Hulk. And play.
I'm not gonna be a superhero.
What else are you gonna do as a Hulk?
I'm gonna twerk and have sex and drink and do whatever the fuck I want.
That's work.
Previously on my show.
We just have a previously on to the previously
I
on.
want to be the super suit that Luke made you. You didn't tell me you were nominated for Female Lawyer of the Year? Does this mean we get to go to a gala?
What does that even
My
mean?
friend sent me a link to a video posted on that site, Intelligentsia.
Everyone we meet, no matter how much they've hurt you, it's a lesson learned.
Yes, what lessons do we learn? Never trust a guy named Josh. Never sleep with a man on the 3rd day, because he'll steal your shit. And don't bring your Prius to a compound full of superhuman beings with anger issues. Yes, we learned plenty of things last episode.
The store might be closed, but you forgot about the guard frog.
What?
Like a frog Power Ranger.
My name is Leapfrog. I'm just acting like I'm the guard frog in this particular instance.
You announced yourself as a guard frog.
Yeah, but my name
You
is
can't have 2
Yes, that has
names.
been noted several times, Mr. Patilio.
In order to de-escalate the situation, I shouted my signature catchphrase, "Time to ring it and rip it!"
Roll credits.
The next thing I know, my inflammable suit with a 900-degree threshold is on fire. And you guessed it.
What was he
I'm
planning to
thirsty
do
for
exactly?
all over my legs.
It's like a lamer version of Kick-Ass.
That's what I was kind of thinking. He's like Kick-Ass in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, this does seem to be a pretty clear case of manufacturer's defect, negligence. What is the name of the manufacturer?
Luke Jacobson. He specializes in super suits.
Oh!
Jacobson is the only tailor I can go to because of my unique physique.
Mr. Patilio is one of our biggest clients.
The guy dressed as a frog?
What?
Mr. Patilio Sr. Look, it's very important that we keep the Patilios happy. They're willing to sign a conflict waiver to have you as sponsors.
But I
Of
believe
course.
I'm ethically compromised in representing a client against Jacobson because I like my nice clothes and I don't want to piss him off.
You've handled a client who had to sign a conflict waiver before. In a case, one would argue, is a lot more personal than this one.
Yes, and I would love not to be in that position again.
I suggest that you try to come to an agreement with Mr. Jacobson so that filing would not be necessary.
He's gonna try to reason with Luke. Good fucking luck.
Ribbit and Ribbit indeed.
Luke, I am here under some unpleasant business. I have been retained by a client who suffered serious injuries due to a dysfunctional suit that you sold him. No, nothing has been filed. So I think we can come to some sort.
Oh Lord.
How dare you? I've never made a defective suit in all my life.
Trust me, I'm not happy to be doing this.
I'm not trusting you after you just lumbered in here and stabbed me in the back.
Oh, well, there's no lawsuit yet. And there won't be if you just take some responsibility for some of my clients' injuries.
I do not make suits that malfunction. My work speaks for itself. Oh, excuse me. What did you say? She wants to tell me something. Hold on.
Oh no.
She-Hulk will never get another suit by Luke Jacobson ever again?
Yeah, I knew that would happen.
I
Wow.
prepaid for that!
Then you shouldn't have betrayed me, you greasy old buffalo. You are blocked, blacklisted, and reported.
Now, I am gonna take you down.
Well, I hope it's not down to wherever it is you get your ugly clothes from.
See you in court!
So on the one hand, I do believe Luke wouldn't have made a suit that malfunctioned like that. But on the other hand, he should understand she's put in a very bad position here. He didn't have to be so nasty.
You are presently without counsel. Are you representing yourself?
Representing himself.
Oh, I know who's representing him.
I'm gonna spend all your new money.
Mr. Jacobson.
Of course I'm not representing myself, Your Honor. I'm not a fool.
Then where is your counsel?
Here he comes. Yep. I'm at.
Apologies for the tardiness, Your Honor. I had trouble finding parking. Just kidding. My driver got lost. My name is Matthew Murdoch. I'll be representing Mr. Jacobson in this case.
Ooh, you guys are kind of fucked.
As a first point of order, I'd like to ask that the opposing counsel's motion to compel production of the defendant's client list be rejected, as it's not relevant to the litigation.
Who's this asshole? Your Honor, I believe this information to be incredibly relevant. This is a very common procedure in product liability lawsuits. It is material to the case whether this type of malfunction has affected other people. There is no inherent right to privacy when employing Mr. Jacobson's tailoring services.
But we're not just talking about a product here. The very nature of Mr. Jacobson's line of work, making suits exclusively for superheroes, necessitates anonymity.
Ooh, that means he'd get
The
fucked.
Sokovia courts have been repealed.
Superheroes operate in the public eye. As public figures, it is assumed that there will be some loss of
The
privacy.
distinction here is we're not talking about celebrities. We're talking about superheroes who have enemies who will try to harm them, and the people close to them, the ones who didn't ask to be a part of this life. Now, Ms. Walters chose to have her identity be public, but it isn't up to her to choose for everyone else.
She didn't choose it, it just happened.
This information is not protected. Not only would it ruin my client's career, it could put a lot of people in a lot of danger.
I'm in agreement with Mr. Murdoch. Motion to compel discovery is denied.
Wait, does that mean I don't get a new suit?
Sit down.
No.
You seriously expected a new
How am I
suit?
supposed to wear this?
Mr. Patilio, what kind of fuel did you use in your boosters?
Jet fuel. Wait a minute. You use jet fuel in your
No
boosters?
fucking wonder it
That's
blew
what my
up.
Instructions said.
What?
No, I didn't.
He's lying. Don't ask me how I know, I just know.
Also lying, Mr. Murdoch. If the plaintiff ignored the manufacturer's explicit instructions, then the defendant is absolved of all liability.
Honestly, Jen, why didn't you ask him?
No, but I would like you to. Is there any way that we could go back to you being my tailor?
Nah.
Jen. No. Because I hate you now.
Like, I hate to say it, but it's on her for not asking him
Yeah.
what he used in the rocket boots that made him blow up. Like, she should have researched that a little bit and not just automatically assume Luke was in the wrong. Because, like, you really can't make mistakes in that line of work.
So, what's your story, Matt Murdoch? You're from New York, but you flew all the way out here for a product liability case?
Luke Jacobson made a couple of new suits for me, so I don't know.
Doesn't really look like it.
It's a low blow insulting a blind man's clothes. I'm wearing pants, right?
You have your own practice, right?
Why, Miss Walters, have you been checking up on me?
Yeah, can you blame me? You came out of nowhere and you made my dumb client admit to being even dumber than I thought he was in court. How did you know about the jet fuel?
A hunch. What is his deal, by the way?
I'll give you one guess.
Okay.
It rhymes with rich parent. Oh wait, I said it was rich parent.
Yeah.
His dad is a very important client, so he is a very important client.
Well, you know the expression, one for them, one for us. But I do on occasion take a job with a bigger client when bills start piling up. The them part.
Wow, secret double lives of Matt Murdock. How does he do it?
Imagine someone like Luke must be loaded.
Full time, I really don't have any gas in the tank for anything else.
Jen Walters can use the law to help people when society fails. And She-Hulk can help people when the law fails.
Good way of looking at it.
Problem is, she doesn't have a secret identity, so that could cause problems.
Yeah, theoretically.
We're all feeling this, right? It's not just me. Ugh, you remember Todd, that gross tech bro with the She-Hulk fetish?
Oh no.
Mr. Phelps.
Is this where we learn the truth?
It's Todd.
So what
Todd.
is the urgent matter that you wanted to discuss with me?
We had an authentic Wakandan war spear. So I
Of course they did.
won the auction. $1 million.
And?
$1 million.
And?
I got that.
So here it is. Check this out. Boom. How cool is that? I
You took a
I
selfie?
own that now. God, no one is collecting African shit on my level.
Why are you?
I love Wakanda. You know, I actually studied abroad there.
Really?
I'm sure you didn't.
Wakanda forever!
That makes me uncomfortable. So is
Yes.
there a legal issue with your purchase?
No.
Chadwick Boseman is
Okay,
cringing from the grave.
They want it back because apparently it was stolen by colonizers, but
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I got the receipts.
Doesn't matter.
Listen, babe, let's just drop the whole koi thing because I don't play games, okay? And I can feel it, and I can tell that we're both feeling it.
Oh, dude, no.
Goodbye. Oh, and I'm billing you for the whole hour.
Good. Fuck you, dude.
What?
Oh, Lord. What now?
Hello?
Oh, thank God! Miss Walters is weak, bro. Listen, you gotta help me. I think I'm being attacked.
Legally or physically?
Definitely physically, but I mean, maybe we would.
Where are you?
I'm on my way to the lily pad.
Of course you are.
I'm supposed to know?
Yeah, it's my famous secret lair.
Your famous secret lair.
Okay, I'm gonna try to lose him in this parking lot.
You might want to change your outfit. Just saying.
Ooh.
Finally, you're gonna see the suit.
My car!
Whoa. Huh.
Hey!
You need to back off.
Ooh.
You made a mistake when you messed with my client. Now I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Oh, Lord. You just ruined that parking lot.
My ass remains unwhooped.
Yeah, let's fix that.
Woo! Parkour!
Where are you going? We're not done.
Oh.
Oh, why would you throw that beautiful car? Ooh.
Whoa, Dad.
Huh.
Matt?
She's smart. She ripped his mask off right away.
I have a spatial method that I use to see.
Oh, like echolocation.
Yeah, kind of. It's, I basically have really good hearing. Or at least...
That's one way of explaining it.
Attacking my client.
Leapfrog is the bad guy here. He kidnapped Luke Jacobs and he's holding him hostage.
Why didn't you tell me
Oh,
that before
Lord.
we fought?
Why didn't you ask me before me trying to whoop my ass?
I'm sorry that I assumed the guy dressed as the devil was the bad.
That's a fair point.
Yep.
Are you like a superhero? Like the gold devil?
Yeah, why is he all, like, red and gold now?
I mean, Luke did make him that new
I
outfit.
understand that, but why this color scheme?
No, please don't.
You ever destroyed a parking lot before?
Oh, crap. I'll go leave a note.
Wow.
Settle.
Seriously?
I'm talking bulletproof shields, fancy AI with a British voice that talks to you. Oh snap! And some of those.
This is how Jen gets her dress back.
Hmm.
I don't know who told you that you could pull off this color, but you should go back to them and shoot them.
Yep.
I know you're just being mean because I kidnapped you, but words hurt, man.
I feel like this whole incident is going to cause Jen to actually, like, break off and start her own firm. Because, seriously, if this is the type of shit she has to deal with, like, it's not worth it.
Goons and henchmen are two completely paycheck.
Entering goods, whatever.
Heh.
Or 25
Good explanation.
7 below us, 8 in the front, and 10 in the hallway. Can hear their heartbeats.
You can hear their heartbeats? Come on, that's a little far-fetched.
What part of super hearing did you not understand?
Can hear yours too. Your heart's beating pretty fast.
Flirting with her now before danger.
I'm healthy. I'm a Hulk. How about I just smash our way in?
Because they have weapons, Jennifer?
Yeah, good thing
And
She-Hulk is indestructible.
Yeah,
Stealth's the way to go, okay? Trust me, I've done this a million times. Just remind me again. how many times
because
I've
you
broken
don't
your
have
Remind me again, who has-
invincible powers.
Oh, I'm pointing at myself.
Oh, yeah, I know. I have echolocation, remember? Just let me do my thing.
Yeah, and I will do my thing.
You don't have a thing. You don't ever do this.
Fair point.
Just follow my lead.
Whee!
Okay, I guess that's pretty cool.
Wait, I thought you wanted to call us Dad. Yeah, man. How do you not know what a baby
Bits.
I'm like, this guy's supposed to be a hero? Why?
I think in his mind he's a hero, but it's obvious he's like villain.
This is like Princess from Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Like, deluded into thinking that they're a hero, and really they just want, the popularity of it, and they've got rich parents.
My daddy's rich, and I want to be a Powerpuff Girl. Also, why Frog?
And Frog.
Yeah. Wait, is that the same guy? The one that she just spent therapy with?
Probably. Like I said, I didn't trust any of them.
She-Hulk smash.
K.O.
Little on the nose there.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't.
Oh, don't throw that. Don't throw that. Aw. That hurts. That hurts.
Miss Walters, what are you doing? You're supposed to be helping me.
Go, call the police.
Don't you yell at me. I'm already very stressed out.
Eugene,
Thank you.
legal advice. Stop now before you rack up even more serious charges. Legally speaking, we could say this is an episode of mania.
Temporary sanity is murky, but it's not a bad strategy.
I angle this more as a form of traumatic expression due to undiagnosed PTSD.
So the devil ninja guy, he's a lawyer?
No, I'm just a big fan of legal drama.
They're really discussing legality while fighting. Really, dude?
We thought that would work.
Mm-hmm.
No shame in retreat. Ribbit and Ribbit!
Yep, your legs are broken. You fucking dumbass.
You're forgiven.
So, you'll make my gala dress?
Yes, of course, I'm not a monster.
He's
Try not to get too bloated between now and then.
such an ass.
Great to be straying professional acquaintances again.
You gonna give a statement to the cops?
Not really a stick around and talk to the cops kind of guy.
So rude.
So Batman.
More of a secret identity thing you wouldn't understand.
Thanks for your help with all this.
Thanks for your help.
No, you really helped me.
No, I was the lead superhero.
The guy who wanted to spend it.
Nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, wink. Say them all, say them all.
One by one.
You were the woman who caused excessive property damage. And you still can't get that math right.
He has a point.
When do you head to New York?
Tomorrow.
Hey, you got the night.
Hey, maybe next time I'm in town, I can take you out to dinner.
Yeah, we can skip all of that. Just...
You know. There we go. He still has the suit on. They both do, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, how do you get that shit off? At least she knows this guy won't ghost her. Oh my. The walk of shame, the walk of shame.
Doesn't it feel like this episode should be over?
Hello?
Not quite.
By the way, there's some guy outside dressed in a devil costume and he's doing the walk of shame. Oh, you did with the... Oh, alright, and we're happy? Oh, we're happy. Alright, you're the devil. Seriously, what is this scene? This episode already came to a very satisfying conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we gotta go. You can tell me about it later. We have to do your hair and your makeup. And where is the gown from Luke? Oh, Oh, for the gala? Wait, we're doing the gala? That doesn't feel right. Is next episode the finale? Come on, let's go. This is the big twist, isn't it? But the question is it the kind of twist that's like, ooh, there's another Hulk, but this one's red, or like, I'm getting fridged? We gotta make it look amazing.
Oh, by the way, Hugh Jackman's back as Wolverine. I don't know why I remembered that.
Well, since we're doing a whole Deadpool thing. Ooh, girl.
Tuss, tuss, tuss.
What if you get cold? You can wear mine, Elaine.
It's a nice thing to say when you see your daughter.
Jacket won't fit her, Morris.
You can't cover up a Luke Jacobson Zoo Hammer-On collaboration.
Well, that's
True.
certainly a
Oh, God.
Okay,
Fucking creeper.
find our example. Yeah.
This year's Female Lawyer of the Year award goes to Jennifer She-Hulk Walters. Sarah Hunter. Alice Chen. Dwayne Torres.
Oh, so she's one of many names.
Valerie Book.
Or is this one of those, like, elimination processes?
What's it like being a female lawyer?
So special and empowering. I love it.
Twice the work, half the recognition, and you're constantly being asked what it's like being a female lawyer.
Talk on, girl.
I'd like to take this time to thank my parents and my friends and my esteemed colleagues without whom I wouldn't be here today.
Do you want to see who She-Hulk really is?
My identity is not a secret.
This is the truth presented by intelligentsia.
Yeah, here we
She does
go.
not deserve your attention. She does not deserve your praise. She does not deserve the power she stole from
That's
all.
Oh my god, can somebody cut this
A
out?
superhero.
Okay, can we stop this?
And she's a slut.
Stop it. Don't do
Just
it.
rip it down.
Don't do it.
Smash this ass. Oh no, she's a monster because she was having sexual videos of her shown in public and she wanted to stop it. She's dangerous. Oh no.
Oh boy. So that's why the episode didn't end early. Hey.
I was really digging this episode. I really was. And then they had to pull that crap.
It's like, oh no, the plot.
Not even the freaking plot, just how badly that was handled. You want to show her losing control and making everybody afraid of her? That's how you go about it? Oh, God, that was really weak.
And what is it that they were showing exactly? I know, like, everyone says if you get a sex tape released to yourself, that's like the ultimate, like, thing, but I've known celebrities that had that done and they bounced back just fine. It's like, yeah, it's a gross invasion of privacy, and it's like, oh, it shows they're a slut. I'm like, how? They're having sex. Everyone has sex. And it's like, oh, she has pictures of Captain America's ass. Yeah, I know a ton of other women who do too. It's nothing special. Also, why didn't she rip off the guy's mask? I mean,
Yeah, I know, that's what I was wondering.
She could have
Like,
done that
great, now
so
he's
quick.
gonna get away. Yeah, I can understand her not wanting to inflict violence upon him with everybody's guns trained on them, sure. But at least grab the guy's mask, expose him so he can't just run off into obscurity.
She did that quickly with Daredevil. Why couldn't she do it with the other guy?
You were doing so great, and then you freaking tripped at the finish line.
Like, I knew something regarding this was gonna happen. It's like, best female lawyer. I mean, first of all, it's rather insulting that that term even exists. Like, why isn't it just best lawyer? Why does it matter if it's a man or a woman?
Oh, not even that it's best female lawyer, it's best female lawyers. But they don't tell you that.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
Oh.
Again, the whole thing felt very set up. At this point, I'm wondering if her whole firm is behind it. It seems like the firm itself is a bad guy. Think about it. They hire her strictly for her She-Hulk persona, so they can get the glory of her representing other superhumans, which, when you think about it, means they're collecting info on other superhuman beings by virtue of their frivolous lawsuits and whatnot. And then they keep making her take these cases where she has personal involvement and conflictions and just making her push past that anyway. And then they like keep demeaning her and don't understand when, you know, she tries to explain something. Not to mention all those people that supposedly work for them, like the creeps that she dated that supposedly are their best clients. I'm like, how? These are like random ass dude bros. You mean to tell me that these guys are worthy of having the biggest law firm go out of their way to please them? Are you kidding me here? Like, the whole thing with the frog guy, like, dear God. I feel like he has to be the son of a villain or something. Or he has to be related to somebody who's a villain or part of a villain industry. That's a very specific superhero persona that he invented. And he even hired goons/henchmen on top of that. Like, some shit's going down here. I feel like they have been setting this up just to frustrate her and to get her to the point where she loses control like that, so then they can finally take her down. But at the same time, I don't understand that. They're saying, oh, She-Hulk's not who she says she is, and, you know, she doesn't deserve the title, and she's a slut.
Why should being a slut, and even then, it's like, it's not even really her being a slut. It's like, she just wants some loving.
Yeah, what's wrong with sleeping with people?
Yeah.
Do you really have to be in a committed relationship? You can't just be freely, openly sexual? Like, if they really, really, truly wanted to get to her, they should have done it through legal means. They should have set up that she was doing illegal stuff as a lawyer, that she was rigging it so her clients would win, or doing something through that sense. So she actually gets in trouble with her job, which is one of the things she values above everything else. That would have hurt her. But just like outing her through her sexual promiscuity and all that, that was weak.
Yep.
Again, I know it's just to serve to make her angry and lose control, but even then, that was fucking weak.
That whole thing was weak. What did you expect was going to happen? Her parents are there watching. You're going to subject everybody in the room, including them, to watching her get naked and have sex in front of them.
That's the intent, is to hurt her and humiliate her.
Why would she not want to defend herself against that?
It seemed like the crowd was on her side at one point, because even there, people are yelling, turn this off, because they don't want to see it. Like I said, I don't blame her for how she reacted. If people aren't going to turn it off quick enough, then yeah, just break the fucking thing. But the fact that they all reacted by just running and screaming, I'm like, what did
That didn't make the least bit of sense. I'd understand if maybe she was like making such destruction that the building let it come down on them.
Yeah.
If they had made that a thing, I'd understand. But no, nothing seemed to be happening other than the alarms going off and stuff. They really needed an editor looking at this.
I know they're just trying to create suspense and lead into the finale and everything.
True, but they have the means there. It's just their execution of it is just totally wrong.
They honestly should have taken another filler-esque episode or something and then tacked this on the end of that, in my opinion. Because I know some of them where the plot was simple and weak enough where this would have enhanced it a bit. But to do this at the tail end of the Daredevil episode, like, really? And I don't know if that's because the Frog Guys is a clue as to who these men are, because I feel like a lot of them are part of that site. I really feel like it's going to be revealed that a lot of the men she's encountered are part of that site. Because why the fuck else would they focus on them so much? But even then, you had a good thing going with the Daredevil episode. We got a proper introduction to Matt Murdock in a way that made sense. We saw them go head-to-head in the courtroom. We saw them go head-to-head as superheroes. We saw them team up and actually take down a villain. It was great. I was loving it. And they hooked up, as I predicted they would, and I dug it. Like, I totally ship it. I know it was just like a casual thing, but like, I thought they had good chemistry and everything. I could see them, legit being a couple if they wanted to. Even like the end when he did the Walk of Shame, that was fucking hilarious. And his suit, no less. That was just brilliant. And the best part is he's blind, so he's like, how do I get home? Like, I hope he had his driver's info on hand or something.
Well, I guess that means that in the next episode, when she goes to trial, he's going to defend her pro bono.
Giggity. Because as we all know, she was coming with the devil. Hey, she enjoyed it. I mean, he did say he had to go back to New York, though. As much as I would like him to come back finale, I'm not counting on it.
I think under the circumstances, he's gonna make the effort. I think he's gonna make an emergency turnaround when he hears what happens.
Okay, I mean, I can hope so. Because somebody's got to represent her, unless they're gonna go the whole Incredible Hulk route and just straight up imprison her without litigation.
Oh, and I am so happy that Matt actually acknowledges that some of these people actually have secret identities. I have gotten so sick of the heroes in the Marvel franchise taking off their mask on a whim and revealing who they are. Some of these superheroes do have to live double lives. I've been saying that about freaking Tony Iron Man the whole time.
I mean, I agree. It would have been in Tony's benefit if he kept his identity a secret, given the nature of his work and the people he associates with and stuff, but at the same time, it's Tony. He's a glory hound. He wants the attention. Even if he attempted to keep his identity under wraps, it wouldn't have gone on for long because he just eats up all the praise.
Yeah.
And even when he gets in trouble for it, he doesn't give a shit. I hate to say it, that's part of like rich privilege right there.
And then look what happens when Peter gets revealed as Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, in that case, his life was absolutely ruined.
Yes.
Even though it really shouldn't have been, since he's just a simple high schooler. He's not anybody of influence. But for some fucking reason, every single time his identity is compromised, him and everybody associated around him gets screwed. That, in that sense, I completely understand. And I know it's like a big thing in the Marvel Universe that a lot of them tend to just not have secret identities. It's too much of a detriment. And in some ways, they have to work with police or outsiders in order to do what they do. But the select few that do have a secret identity, yeah, they have it for a reason. And again, Spider-Man's the prime example of that. Heck, even the X-Men, half of them have to hide what they look like or what they do or whatever, just so they don't get ostracized from people.
And as I said, because freaking No Way Home is basically a better version of One More Day or Civil War outfit with Aunt May dying in the comics. So, you know, prime example. Look at all the people that get kind of dragged into it when they're involved with that person's secret identity.
Like, he made a good couple points. Like, I was really surprised that Jen didn't investigate into this case further. It's like, okay, the guy's suit malfunctioned, and it happens to be someone she knows. And yes, I know it's very possible that maybe on this one occasion something Luke designed really did truly malfunction, and he should take responsibility. But the fact that she didn't ask him about what his prep work was for the suit, what goes into making the rocket boots, what the instructions were for it, didn't inquire with Luke as to what could have possibly gone wrong with the suit and everything. Does she just like straight up believe the guy and then immediately make Luke compromise without actually asking him? That just rubbed me the wrong way. Because it's like, Jen, you're better than this. You are a top-notch lawyer. This is the basic shit you should be doing. And I know they did all this just to get Daredevil into the picture, but even so, like, come on.
And it's like, I know her boss once again is pressuring her to get the Patellos to win because they're the people that they gotta represent, yada yada. But yes, like you said, should have researched, should have, at the very least, maybe figured out another approach to it.
Because she knows what Luke is like. Their relationship is cold at best. At best. And the fact that she's straight up accusing him of making a shitty product, something we know someone like Luke would never allow, it's no fucking surprise he reacted that way, and she should have expected that.
Yeah.
And frankly, it was kind of kind, I hate to say it, kind on Luke's part to forgive her after all that, given what she put him through. Like, I know he still got off anyway because the guy admitted to being a dumbass and using jet fuel for whatever reason. Like, you do not use airplane fuel for anything but airplanes, because that is how shit blows up. So, yeah, the fact that they couldn't figure that out beforehand, that pissed me all the way off. But I mean, like I said, at least it made some nice playful banter between them, and at least we saw that, you know, they both do know their shit, regardless of the little hiccups here and there. And like I said, them coming together, getting to know each other, it felt very organic, very natural and stuff. And if it wasn't for the distance, I'm sure they probably would have went further.
Yeah. I know that distance could be a factor in the relationship.
Yeah, I mean,
really
LA and New York,
yeah.
like, that's a bit tough. And I know it's easier nowadays with social media and whatnot, and there are
But
lawyers who can afford plane rides back and forth, but...
Even still, that can take a toll.
Yeah.
I'd like it to work, I really would, but I know as soon as you have the words distance relationship together, you know it's on a timer unless they actually move in.
And I can't really see either of them doing it, though. I mean, theoretically, Jen could, because, again, I feel like by the end of this, or at least by next season, she
has to be done with GLK.
Yeah, because they're being such assholes. And like I said, if they turn out to be part of the villains, that's just going to add to further reason why she's not going to stay with them. Two things could happen. Hopefully at this point, the other law firms will have come around to the idea of the fact that, yeah, she's a legit lawyer who just happens to have superpowers. We can probably hire her and not get all the flack that we were assuming we would. Or she opens up her own firm. Which, frankly, she could. I know she doesn't get paid as much. She said, like, what they paid her was, like, passable. But even so, it's like, based on her notoriety alone, like, she can get clients easily.
Well, first we have to get past this.
Part of me is wondering, too, if they might install the same restrictions on her as they did Emil. They might send her to his ranch for a certain amount of period to control her anger until she's deemed fit to re-enter society.
I don't know, because they're still checking in on him. He's still basically on house arrest, so...
Yeah, but he's in a place where he can't escape from because of his anklet thing, and he has all these other supposedly superpowered beings there, too. So they can theoretically keep an eye on them, and I mean, they could theoretically become her new posse or whatever.
Even still, I don't trust them either, given who we saw there.
Yeah, was that the same guy we saw as one of the minions? I thought it looked
Hard
like
to
him.
say, because they were all in shadow, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them to be the same people.
Yeah, it's true. Oh man, what a mess this ended on, though. Because now, despite everything she's done, because of this one incident, they're going to treat her like a straight-up monster, and it's going to be like Bruce all over again. When you think about it, her story is the inverse of Bruce's. Whereas he started off getting his powers, and then gaining two personalities, starting off as a villain, but then being exalted as a hero to finally having his two personalities merge as one, where he has complete control. Whereas with Jen, she starts off with her accident having that control, having the one personality, and then being exalted as a celebrity superhero, even though she hasn't been a superhero. But now she's at that point where her anger is making itself known. People are looking at her as a monster / villain. And now she's kind of referring to herself and She-Hulk as two separate people. So I feel like that's the different correlation we're going here. All I know is that next week, oh man, shit's gonna hit the fan big time. I'm expecting, like, so many villains to come out of the woodwork here. That whole organization just being an amalgamation of guys she's met over the course of the show.
And Titania.
And Titania, yeah, Titania, definitely. It's just gonna get so bad. And, like, I'm dreading how we're gonna go into season 2 from here. But with that being said, join us next time for the finale, when we see how Jen gets herself out of this situation, how she handles the He-Man Woman Haters group, and how we're gonna go into season 2 at this point. It's not gonna be pretty, I'm calling it right now. But anyway, until then, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And just like we learned in the first episode, Daredevil, fight!